This month we have updates on financing college, a reminder on timing your applications, and notes on what to look for as you move through high school and college. Buckle up and let's get going. Hi, I'm Margaret Meek, and this is our 5th edition of Bumps in Your Flight. First, a reminder for all you who graduated from high school this past spring and are worried that it's too late to move ahead with your education. Good news, it isn't. Community colleges and trade or vocational schools take applications up until the beginning of their next term, so you can still apply and attend this fall. Do the research, ask questions about financing options available from the school, your state, and other funding sources, and then apply. Check our admissions playlist on the Nest YouTube page for more information on applying to community colleges and trade or vocational schools. These schools tend to be local, cost less than a 4-year college, have a flexible class schedule to allow you to work and go to school, and have lots of options in topics available for study. And the best news, generally, the applications for these schools do not involve writing an essay. A review of the admissions at Tulane University shows that the school filled 2/3 of its freshman class for this fall through early decision application process. That means those waiting until January to apply during regular admissions dramatically narrowed the chances that Tulane would accept them. While Tulane is just one example, early action and early decision are ways for 4-year colleges to begin filling their freshman class, taking some pressure off their admissions staff by reducing the amount of recruitment necessary moving forward. We also know that those who apply early get more access to financing, even if just through the FAFSA. Schools work on a first-come, first-served basis in many areas. Scholarships, grants, and other funding options are just a few examples of where this is true. And since many states and schools offer free application days in the fall, getting your applications together now will allow you time to draft, adjust, review, and finalize your applications before the early application and early decision deadlines, or the free application days that arise in the fall. The Kansas Board of Regents implemented a program that reminds us that this is common in many states. The Kansas program creates general standards of education for courses offered in state-supported community colleges and the 6 state-based 4-year colleges to allow more effortless transfer from school to school, with your previous coursework being accepted by your new school and applied to your academic record in the new school. In other words, according to the Board of Regents policy, all the colleges in Kansas will have similar entry-level coursework that will allow students to transfer to another college in that state and receive credit in their new college for those classes. This type of credit equity can save students a great deal of money should they need to transfer for any reason, especially for community college students looking to move to a 4-year college to continue their education. Daniel Archer, Vice President for Academic Affairs for the Kansas Regents, stated, quote, "Students are more transient today than ever with concurrent enrollment and online education. The days of a student parking at one institution and doing all 120 hours are pretty rare," end quote. Does your state offer this kind of program? Check into it so you have a better idea of the options available to you moving forward. On to financing college. There are some very unique approaches we came across this month. Dartmouth is increasing the financial aid they are providing to students to make the school financially more accessible to students who represent families of all socioeconomic groups. It is important to note, Dartmouth is among the relatively small group of schools with a large enough endowment to allow this aid level to be provided to students. However, more and more schools are working to provide some level of relief to students. In some instances, schools are forgiving balances at graduation. For some, it is increasing merit aid. In any case, Nest strongly suggests that no student count on these gifts being provided. More colleges are receiving donations and financial support, which allows them to forgive some costs or grant some financial help. If you are putting together your college application list, consider the support the campus provides students and ask questions. Please get in touch with the Financial Aid Office and the Scholarship and Grant Coordinator within your academic college and know what each has to offer you for your time at their college. Also, ask them where you can look for more support and learn more about what your college provides. Advocate for yourself and keep your eyes and ears open to help you find out what may become available. If you're planning to apply to the University of Arizona and are of Native descent, please listen. The University of Arizona offers free tuition to 400 Indigenous people who become U of A students. The student needs to be a member of one of the 22 federally recognized tribes existing in the state of Arizona. There are only 400 slots, so make sure your application is received in time to put you in the selection pool. If you aren't going to Arizona, please know that the same style program is available to Indigenous people who attend state schools in California, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, and Oregon. Ask admissions officers if their school offers this form of tuition assistance. And here is an exciting program. The state of Florida offers what they call the Florida Grandparent Tuition Waiver. This waiver is offered to out-of-state students whose grandparents are Florida residents. Grandparents are defined as the natural or legally adopted guardian of the student's parent, and they must have been residents of Florida for at least 12 consecutive months. The waiver allows students to attend a state-sponsored Florida college at the financial rate of in-state students. For the University of Florida, that is a $22,000 a year savings. Up to 350 waivers are available statewide and are presented on a first-come, first-served basis to admitted students. So, you need to apply early and make sure you file for the waiver as soon as you apply for college. You also need to make sure you pay your deposit for admissions as soon as you receive your acceptance letter. If you apply to more than one state school in Florida, you must complete the application for waiver at each school. Your grandparents will be asked to provide at least 2 documents to prove their residency. And as a student, you must meet several qualifications. For example, you must have a high school diploma equivalent to homeschool programs or high school graduation requirements for Florida and an ACT or SAT minimum. If you are awarded the waiver, you must remain a full-time student until graduation requirements are met. It never ceases to amaze us how many programs to help finance colleges are provided at the local, state, and national levels. Again, you have to ask questions and look for opportunities. These programs wouldn't be offered if people didn't want to help students gain their education. So do not hesitate to ask for help. A word to the wise. Before you step foot in your high school or college, investigate mental health assistance available to students. In high school, learn about services offered by counselors, interventionists, psychologists, social workers, and community-based resources. Even if you feel you're in strong mental health today, know what will be available should your reality change. If you are in college, learn where your student health center and counseling centers are located and how you can access their services. You can also prepare by finding available community-based resources. Also, check with your recreation center to see what stress reduction or meditation classes they offer. And a quick reminder, as of July 16, 2022, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be easily reached. Dial 988 to access mental health professionals who are well trained to respond to such emergencies. Education is a place where you get to choose your adventure. This happens through course selection, organization involvement, living conditions, and relationships. It is through your levels of determination, willingness to seek new experiences, ability to communicate with those who hold the resources and opportunities, and your willingness to work that your future will unfold. Keep asking questions, keep watching Nest videos, and keep working towards the best future you can create. If you found any of this information useful, hit the like button or perhaps consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below.